Hi everyone, today we're talking about Activision's 13% drop that they've had today. We're going to go through the stock, talk about if it's a buy, what's going on with the stock and news going out of the stock and everything Activision related. So yeah, Activision was down 13% today, and overall actually Activision has had quite a rough year overall. We'll go into the news why it was down 13% today, but as well as being down 13% today, it's about 40% from its 52-week high, which was only, I think, a couple of months back. And then it's just had a really massive decline since then. There's not really any kind of like concrete news why it's moved down. Obviously, it's had a lot of problems because its monthly active users is starting to creep down. That's probably due to Fortnite and Fortnite taking a lot of the limelight at the moment. But the actual earnings wasn't too bad. But they've had a lot of competition really because of Fortnite. But apart from that, the earnings were pretty solid. And it was just kind of when we had that big massive dip from I think about November time, all the way down. The stock's gone with it, and now it's had a big massive waterfall drop today of 13%. And if you are a long-term holder in Activision, and you really like the stock, maybe this is your time to buy. The big saying is, don't buy on a downtrend, buy on the waterfall, and it's had that waterfall today. So maybe if you like a discount and you like Activision, maybe it's your time to get into the stock. That's not my opinion, guys. I'll say my opinion towards the end. But the news why it moved down 13% today was that it lost one of its titles, which is Destiny. It has two main titles, which is Overwatch and Call of Duty. And Destiny's kind of a big one for it, but probably not one of its biggest. They did bring out a Destiny title back in 2017, but obviously going forward they won't be bringing out any Destiny games because they have parted ways from Activision, who produce Destiny. This is quite common at the moment with Activision. We're seeing quite a few people leave the company, which is a little bit worrying. And I think the biggest fear of it as all was that with Destiny leaving, could it be other titles that end up leaving the stock as well? If Call of Duty was to leave Activision, that is probably its biggest title. That could really affect the company. It does rely quite heavily on that one title, and if that game title was to be lost by Activision, it could be a bit of a rough ride for them. But that was kind of like the extra fears on it. But I don't think they will lose it. It's just something you got to be consider, and I think that's what other people were considering at the time. The P is around 39, which is quite high really, compared to a lot of other stocks. But actually in this sector, the whole sector is a lot of the companies like Take-Two and EA, they actually all have quite high P's, so it's quite common in the sector to have high P's, but generally in the stock market sense, that's quite a high P overall. Lowest it's been for a while though, but generally quite a high P. The EPS is 8%, which isn't too bad. The revenue, this is for 2018 to 2019, as obviously we're taking this from a long-term stock market kind of view. And the EPS is 8%. The revenue is 2.6%, which is pretty poor really. One of my rules is to have the market leader when investing, and also to have a company that's growing at about an EPS and a revenue of 10%, which currently Activision isn't. It's close with the EPS, but the revenue's quite low really. It does pay a yearly dividend. It's somewhere around 40 cents. I think it's 39 cents to be exact, which is just a little something to add in there. So overall, I'll talk about Activision if I'm buying shares, long-term kind of view on it. And overall, I won't be buying shares in Activision. I'm not really a fan of the company. I'm not really a fan of the whole sector at the moment. I don't think it's pulling any trees up right now compared to how it was doing. Obviously the main title is Call of Duty in this one, as well as Overwatch. I don't think they're going anywhere, but if Activision was to lose that one title, I think it would be devastating for that company. So you can never rule that out overall. So I think when you're relying that heavy and not a diversified company, that's something to be a bit worried about. I think it would be a good opportunity to buy if you do like the stock really, because it's quite cheap compared to what it has been. But I don't really like it, like I say. I think the P is a bit too high for me. I think a 39 PE is something where we should be talking about a company that's making about 20% revenues, or something around that mark, at least 10% revenue, which it's not anywhere close to doing. The EPS is alright, but the revenue is just shocking, especially for a PE like that. you would hope the revenue would be a lot higher, which it just doesn't have. And like I said, the yearly dividend don't really do too much for you. So overall, I'm not a fan of Activision. I'll probably say sell the stock. I think there's a lot better opportunities out there. I think it's overvalued for what it is. It would have to at least go below the $40 mark before I'd even consider it. But it still don't meet my criteria of being the market leader in that area, especially when you've got Take-Two and EA in there, and something like Fortnite out right now. And the revenue just isn't where I want to be investing in. I'd like that to be closer to 10% overall. And that's my opinion on Activision, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for all the support recently, it's been really amazing. I've enjoyed making all the stock market videos right now with all the likes, the comments, the subscribers that are going on. So I really appreciate that. I've really enjoyed making videos in the start of January 2019. So keep that up if you could. Like I say, like the video and I'll see you on the next one.